Why is it that men are always expected to be the rock for the woman, to always listen to her emotions, to always be there for her, to always give advice, to help her work through her traumas? But when he comes to her with his pain, with his emotions, with his fears, then suddenly she's not attracted to him anymore because he seems like a weak man. He seems to be vulnerable. She loses respect for him. And in some cases, his feelings are even dismissed by the woman. Men are becoming emotional dumping grounds for women, and it's destroying intimacy, it's destroying trust, and it is destroying relationships. And to be fair, it is making men tired. It is why men are checking out from relationships and dating altogether, because it's such a heavy weight to be expected to carry the emotions of another person, but never be able to express yours. In this video, I want to talk about why this is not okay, and why women need to understand that men also need space to talk about their emotions, and that women need to hold space for a partner to express their feelings, and how we can heal this toxic cycle, and how men and women can both have the space in a relationship to safely express what they feel. So there are three main issues that I see coming back over and over again. Number one, a man is not your discount therapist. Women are expecting men to be their therapist, to be their savior, but never meet them on the same emotional level. Men are expected to forever listen to her, always be there for her, carry her emotions, carry her sadness, listen again to the story of a toxic friend or a toxic work colleague, just being dumped on emotionally the whole time. This is what many women expect from their man. But when the man struggles, or when he has issues at his job, or when he is insecure about something, or when he feels emotions that he wants to share with his partner, he just gets a quick, "Oh, you'll be fine. You'll sort it out." Never, ever is there space for a man to express himself. And this means that he's bottling up your emotions that he has to deal with, and on top of that, his own emotions that he has to deal with. Do you understand that this becomes a lot for a person to carry? Women need to understand that this becomes a lot for one man to carry. And it's not fair to put your emotions on your partner and expect him to deal with it while you do not reciprocate the effort and offer him space to talk through his emotions and feelings as well. A relationship should be a safe space, a give and take. You have to also support your partner. Relationships should be grounds for healing. So you also have to offer your partner the space to talk through his emotions and to heal. And sometimes you will need more of his support, but there's times as well that he needs your support. So be very understanding of that and see if you are the one who doesn't give a man space to talk about his emotions, or if you judge a man for it. And you need to look into that, because if you do that, this is not equal partnership. And it is putting too much stress and strain on your man. And this is the reason why many men check out from dating altogether or from relationship, because they're emotionally overwhelmed. Number two, a man's vulnerability is not weakness. In this day and age, when a man is vulnerable, many people and women as well see it as weakness. Please understand that the act of opening up vulnerably to a person that you trust in a relationship is strength. And when a man admits that he doesn't know what the next step is, or he doesn't have an answer to an issue, or that he feels lost in life, or that he doesn't know where he's going, this is not weakness. You've had it too, right? Moments that you're in doubt, moments that you're in fear, moments that you just don't know what to do next. It's human. We're all human. And a man is no different. And you as a partner should support a man in that. You should trust him that he will find his way. Don't try to control the situation. You can suggest things. Maybe look into that, or have you thought of this? But don't control it. But be there for your partner. Be that safe space for them to figure it out without judging his vulnerability. A man is allowed to not know where to go next without fearing to be emasculated or to be seen as less of a man. Everywhere on the internet, you see women asking for emotionally intelligent men. This is part of emotional intelligence. To understand that you don't know where to go next, to understand that you're lost, to understand of yourself that you're anxious. That is emotional intelligence. This is a man displaying emotional intelligence. And maybe he doesn't know where to go yet or to work through it yet, but offer your partner the space to work through it in the safety of your relationship. Point number 3 is that a man's emotions and feelings are valid. They're as valid as your feelings and emotions. A lot of women one up a man's pain. When a man comes to them and expresses his emotions or his feelings or his anxiety or his stress, saying that he had a stressful day, a woman will one up him and say, yeah, but my day was more stressful. Or the neighbor's cat died, so she's even more sad, so she needs our attention. Directing the attention away from a man who's trying to be vulnerable and open with you about how he feels towards something else, because someone always has it worse. This is extremely hurtful and disrespectful for a man, but not alone for a man. Also, when this happens to you, you don't like it when a girlfriend does that to you, when you come and you express a vulnerable thing that you're working through, and she just one-ups you and says, oh yeah, I had that too, but for me it's way worse because of this and this and that. It doesn't make you feel good, right? Next time, you're not going to her. You're just going to bottle it up or find a different way to express it or go to different friends to express it. But you will not go back to this person because you don't trust them, because this person did not give you the time, the space, the understanding, and the respect to listen to you expressing your feelings. Just let them express. You just want to be heard. You just want to be acknowledged for you being human, for feeling something, for feeling emotions. And you need to do this for your man as well, especially for your man in relationships, because men oftentimes don't have a safe space to express themselves. So you can offer this for your man. It's very important that you understand that. If a man comes to you with these emotions, give him that space. Don't make it about yourself or someone else. It is about him. So when your partner comes to you with his worries, his anxieties, or his stress, don't one-up him. Don't invalidate his emotions. Don't minimize it. And don't say things like, oh, you think that's bad? Look at what I've gone through today. Look at how stressful my day was. This is minimizing. This is devaluing his emotions, and this will close your man off. Men are carrying enormous emotional weight in silence. And we see this in skyrocketing rates of anxiety, of depression, and even suicide amongst men. So this is an issue that we cannot ignore, and we women need to become conscious of the fact that we can help men by offering the space for them to talk about these emotions and not shutting them down or not dumping our emotions on top of his emotions. This is also the cause of relational breakdown because men are shutting down. Men are pulling back, they're closing themselves off, they're closing their hearts because they've tried to open up, but their woman wouldn't listen. Their woman would not give them space to validate their emotions and to be heard. So the man learns to not express his emotions. He tried, but he won't anymore because it's no use. If he opens up about his emotions, he just gets her emotions on top of it. And now we have a whole lot of women who say, oh, men are so closed off. Men are not open. Men are not emotionally intelligent or emotionally open. I want an emotional, intelligent man. Yes, but this is because men have learned that if they open up towards a woman, it's either met with disrespect. She loses respect for him. She invalidates it, she ridicules it, or she sees him as weak or dumps her own emotions on top of his emotions. If you would get this over and over again, you would stop opening up about your emotions, would you not? I would stop expressing my emotions if continuously when I did, they were ridiculed, they were not being taken seriously, or I would be met with more emotions of the other person to deal with. It's tiring. Men are tired of having to deal with your emotions. They're not your emotional dumping ground. If you have stuff to work through, find a therapist. Find someone to talk to. Find a coach, but not your man. And give your man space to talk about these things because it's a serious issue that men are now being overwhelmed and shut down and have to deal with so much emotions. We expect so much of them because women seem to be incapable of dealing with their own emotions and taking ownership over their own emotions. And this is a call for you, ladies, to take ownership of your own emotions. If you have a man who's shut down, who's not opening up, who seems cold and distant, maybe look at what you've done to cause that. Have you shut him down for the times that he tried to be open with you? Have you disrespected him? Have you invalidated his emotions by saying, "Oh, don't worry, that will be fine. Oh, she has it much worse than you. Oh, it could have been way worse." Have you done that? Look at yourself. And if you have, there's something that you need to improve in your communication. If this is something that you do, I have a couple of tips for you further down in the video. But the key point here is that emotional imbalance causes the break of intimacy. It breaks trust. It breaks the relationship. Emotional intimacy, a deep, strong relationship, is built on mutual respect, is built on giving each other support through tough times. Sometimes you might be struggling more, and sometimes he might be struggling more. And if he's struggling more, you have to be his rock. You have to be his support. If you're struggling more, he will be your rock. He will be your support. But you cannot expect this from the get-go without giving this first to your partner or giving this in a balanced manner. We all have times that we feel weak, that we feel depressed, that we're anxious. Everyone will go through this in a relationship with a partner. And you will see your partner go through this if you're in a long-term relationship. It is gonna happen. But you need to understand that you need to support your partner in those times. Because if a person comes to you, man or woman, in a vulnerable manner with an open heart, expressing how they feel, expressing their fears, and you meet this with ridicule, disrespect, invalidating their feelings, it is like kicking a person who's already on the ground. It's a low blow. It's from your own fear, from your own anxieties that you've not worked through because you fear that if your partner is not strong, he's not there to protect you because you are unable to protect yourself. And this is something that you need to look into. So let's now get into what you as a woman can do for your partner. Learn to hold space for anyone. When someone comes to you with their issues, with their feelings, with their emotions, give the space. Stop what you're doing and let them vent. Let them talk. Don't interrupt. Don't give advice. Give them the space to express themselves. So when they're done with expressing their feelings and their emotions and they got that off their chest and you've heard them, there's a beautiful thing that you can do. You can offer them something. Do you want a hug? Do you want help? Or do you want to be heard? This is so powerful. If you can ask your partner that, they can say, "I just want to be heard." And then you don't have to do anything. And then you can say, "I'm here for you if you want to talk to." If they say, "I want a hug," you can hug them. I love being hugged when I express something emotional. I just want to be held. And if they want help, that is where you can give your advice. Or that is where you can ask, "How can I help you? How would you like me to help you?" Never interject your own advice because this is a different person. What works for you might not work for them, so be very careful with that. Ask, "How can I help you? How would you like me to help you? What makes you feel like I am helping you and supporting you?" Another thing that you can do as a woman is practice gratitude. Be grateful for the help and support that your partner has given you and that he trusts you to give that back to him now. That is a beautiful gesture. A man who trusts his heart with you, be grateful for that because it's rare and it's not something that men do very easily. So practice gratitude. Thank him for his openness. Thank him for his trust. Thank him that he's brave enough to come to you to express that. And he trusts you with this vulnerable, sensitive information. And then lastly, for you ladies, do the work. Find a therapist. Do meditation. Journal. If you feel that what your man shares with you is emotionally pressing on you, meditate on it, journal on it, find out why it is so difficult for you to deal with. Find out why you want to talk over him or give him advice or why you feel anxious when he expresses vulnerability. Work through these things. And what you find you can take to therapy because most likely there's things that you haven't healed. It could be traumas from your youth. It can be anxieties that you're still holding on to. But please find professional help to work through this. You can talk about it in therapy, write about it in your journal, but work through this on your own. Your partner is now in a vulnerable space, so you need to be strong and you need to hold the frame. And now, some advice for the man. Because it's important you stay open and you keep expressing yourself, even though I know it is scary. Because you tried over and over again, but don't close your heart. If you close your heart, you're bottling up the pain, and eventually this will come out. Oftentimes, it turns into depression, anxiety, and even suicide. And I hope that these tips will help you see that this is not the way. You need to express your emotions. The first tip is don't bottle everything up. Express. Find somewhere where you can work through these emotions. If it's meditation, sit for 5 minutes a day. Observe your emotions. See what's going on in your head. What are your fears? What are you thinking about? And you can expand that slowly and gradually so it becomes longer and longer. I meditate 20 minutes a day, and it really helps me to center myself and see what's going on in my head. Then I journal about that. Journaling is great because you get it out of your head on the paper and it feels like it's not your thoughts anymore. And you can get like a bird's eye perspective on the situation. Do this for a couple of weeks and you will see the recurring theme of your thoughts and of your anxieties and of your worries. Now, what you find from meditation and journaling, you cannot leave it there. You need to do something with it to heal it and to work through it. Find men's groups. They're great because they're other men that are working or have worked through these kind of situations. And I think for men, it's really important that you have men's groups or at least male mentorship, men that you can talk to, men who understand you from a male perspective, or find a therapist, preferably a male therapist if you feel safer with that to express yourself. But find help, work through it, don't bottle it up because this becomes toxicity in your body and will eventually lead to depression, anxiety, stress, and God forbid, for some men, even to suicide. Now, if you have a partner who keeps dumping her emotions on you, set boundaries. In a kind, gentle manner, she's still your partner and she doesn't have the understanding yet that her emotions aren't for you to deal with, but tell her, teach her by setting boundaries. When she wants to dump her emotions again on you, tell her, hey, I can't deal with this right now. This is too much for me. I think you should find help or start journaling, but find a way to work through your own emotions because it's a lot for me to deal with. Say it in a loving, gentle, kind way because we need to communicate from our heart and not from anger or resentment. We need to understand that this person is not trying to harm us. They just don't have the skills or understanding yet to grasp the effect that their actions have on us. And if we keep this perspective about our partners, then we can understand that they're also flawed humans. They're also trying to learn and to grow, but you can help them by setting boundaries for yourself. And like I said, it does two things. It protects you from getting overwhelmed with these emotions, and it teaches her to deal with her own emotions. And it tells her that you are not responsible for her emotions. And if she gets upset, then you can even set a firmer boundary. You can say, if you don't deal with this, I'm going to break this off for now. And we're going to meet back until you have taken action to work through your emotions. Maybe stay with a friend for a while, but really, really, really press on the fact that you need this space and this is not for you to deal with. Make it clear to her that you're her partner. You love her, you're her partner, but you're not her therapist. You're not equipped to help her through her issues. And if she has issues that are ongoing, she needs to find someone else to talk to, a therapist or a coach. And another tip for you, man, is what I already mentioned before. Lead with strength and kindness. Understand that your partner isn't equipped or isn't skilled yet to understand the effect that it has on you. She's also learning. She's also a flawed human. And you're there to help her find her own strength. Now, being open and vulnerable, lead from that. Lead from an open heart because it is strength. It is authenticity. You're staying true to yourself. And even if this relationship doesn't work out, at least you stayed close to who you are. And that will help you in your next relationships. Remember, you don't need to collapse. You don't need to minimize who you are. You need to lead from your authentic self. You need to be true to yourself, and you need to express your emotions and yourself. You have the right to express yourself. And the last tip for you men out there is invest in self-development. Read books, listen to podcasts about mental health for men, find men's groups, talk about these things, find peers who go through the same things or who can help you feel understood and feel seen. But make sure these are professional groups and not groups of angry men who feel sad and like a victim. Find professional people and find real men who can help you through the situation and not put the blame on women. Because no one's here to blame. Everyone's unskilled, and we need to give everyone a chance to heal and grow in this situation. So what you're doing now is giving your partner or the woman that you're with a chance to step into growth. That is what you want to inspire in her, growth. But be that inspiration to her by taking on a growth mindset yourself. Focus on self-development, focus on self-healing. Find a therapist yourself. And it doesn't mean that you need to pay for an expensive therapist or coach. There's plenty of online options to do that as well these days. But it is important that you heal your own issues as well and that you work through those emotions and things that are blocking you so you can become a strong, healthy partner. And self-development is an act of strength. It is self-love. It's an investment in yourself, in the future you, in becoming a better partner, in becoming a better man. It gives you so much more self-respect and inner peace. And I want that for you. I want you to be a strong, self-respecting man. So find these types of groups, find these kind of books and podcasts, and find a coach and a therapist. But please focus on self-development and growth. So a quick recap. Ladies, stop making men your emotional dumping ground. They're not responsible for your emotions. This is on you. You need to focus on healing and you need to find external sources who can help you work through your problems, your traumas, and your pains and vulnerabilities. Find a coach or a therapist. Journal, meditate, but don't dump this on your partner. Ladies, give a man the space to express his emotions and not to be judged for it. Men are humans too. They have a right to express, they have emotions and feelings. And they should be able to express them in a safe space with you in the relationship without the fear of being judged or being ridiculed. So please, if you do this, work on this because this is not right and this is toxic behavior. You need to find help for this. And man, please keep an open heart. You're human and you have the right to express yourself. Feel your emotions. Express them. Find places where you can express them. Don't dump them on your partner either. Find men's groups, find therapy groups, find books or podcasts that help you understand yourself better and find a way back into healing and stability. Don't close off your heart for women and understand that this is just the unskilledness of many people. Many people don't understand how to deal with their pains and traumas and expect other people to save them. Understand that many people are just not there yet to understand that this is their responsibility and not their partner's. So take action and heal, grow, become that strong, stable partner that you've always desired to be. So focus on self-development, on self-love, on growth. Become that stable, strong man that you desire to be for yourself, most of all, but also for your partner and the people that you love in your life. If both men and women learn to heal their own wounds, but lead with an open heart and with respect towards each other, we can again build relationships that are based on respect, on trust, and mutual support. And those relationships are very healing. They're very rewarding. And I wish that for everyone. So take those tips and start working on them and become that partner for yourself, but also for other people in your life. If you want love that lasts, don't demand that from your partner, but become that partner that deserves that. Become that partner that inspires that in other people. Focus on becoming a better person in general. And understand that we're all flawed humans. We're all learning. But you've watched this video, so you're right on track and you're doing the right thing. You're focusing on growth and on healing. And you should be proud of yourself for that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful and that you got some useful tips and advice from it. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps my videos reach a broader audience so that more people can learn to heal and become better partners in relationship, and that we can rebalance the masculine and feminine dynamics, which are so important in relationships, but also in society at a larger scale. Something very cool, I started writing a book about this topic. If you're interested, you can find the link in the pinned comment below. It's called The Shadow Side of Feminism, in where I explore if feminism unintentionally casts a shadow over modern men. If you're interested in that, you can sign up for free in my mailing list in the link in the pinned comment. And that way you will stay up to date about the development of my book and when it will be released. If you enjoyed this video, I would suggest you check out this video next. I think it perfectly aligns with this video. And thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.